ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh, huh? This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh. This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh, huh? This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh.
I bid you a shalom. Greetings to all of you this evening. Welcome to Factz Ova Feelingz. Kind of interesting. We got to start off a little different tonight. Normally I would go a different route, but I have to handle some official business right here from the beginning of the gate. So I need y'all to bear with me. If you are a member of the NFAC, I need you to listen up. If you are one of the individuals that's waiting for your approval for the NFAC, I need you to listen up too. I need everybody who has any affiliation with the NFAC to listen up right now. Big shout out to all the rest of y'all who tuned in tonight. Remember, this comes with heavy IG interruption. So before I even get started, we've been doing some research and we want to let you know if you are not receiving notifications, if you go and look into your Instagram settings, you will find out that notifications have been turned off. They were turned off for you by Instagram. They didn't tell you. They did it on one of their updates. So if you suddenly stop getting notifications, I guarantee if you go look, you'll say, I didn't turn this off. They turned it off for you. That's some of the stuff that we've noticed. Some of y'all, well, a lot of y'all, your notifications are turned off. They turned them off. So want to get that out there first. Additionally, first, let me tell you what has happened. And then I'm going to tell you what's happening. And then I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. And I am actually speaking specifically from my position as the founder and the commander, supreme commander and general of the Not Fucking Around Coalition. What I'm about to say, I'm saying it publicly. So therefore, nobody will be able to say that we did not make it known. I'm speaking in that capacity. And if this applies to you, I would advise you to listen up and pass the word on to your compadres that won't get this word. But I have called all of my group commanders directly, and they've heard this right from my own lips. So can't nobody go to them and say, well, so-and-so told me and I heard. Won't be a part of this. So let me tell y'all what done happened. Okay, let's get into this. First of all, you all know that somewhere around the end of June of this year, a threat was made against all black people. In America, that white supremacists would start killing black people on July the 4th, somewhere around 8 o'clock. That's what this rumor was. Y'all remember the threat that came out? It was in a number of threats that was coming out. It was always people down in Birmingham said the KKK was going to blow up the town. Everybody down there was scared, and people was running around talking about the KKK this and the white supremacists this. It was a threat coming out every other day. Y'all remember it because a lot of y'all was passing that trash around here on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. Y'all just responded to whatever they said like an echo. Yeah, you kept saying it. And then eventually they went too far. They made a threat against all of us. Don't try to sit here and act like y'all don't remember, because most of y'all was so glad that they didn't make good on it, because when that came, July the 4th, what they didn't expect was 1,500 black people organized, suited and booted, and strapped up to the best of their ability, ready to meet that threat. Where did these people meet at? Well, according to what we heard, they like to gather on the 4th of July at Stone Mountain. So we pulled up on Stone Mountain. The rest is history. Y'all seen the video. The mass media, they ignored it because it caught them completely off guard. They didn't report it because they didn't know how to report it. Now, we pulled up to answer the threat. Nobody was there to meet us, to answer the threat. So we went ahead and did what anybody else would do who we felt we were the victor. We said we big, we bad, we here. We blew our horn. We waved the red, the black, the green. We said what we had to say. We swore in some people, and then we marched away like a victorious army that we was. We walked away. Nobody got hurt. Nobody cared either. Nobody even realized that was Black history that happened on July 4th in Stone Mountain. As a matter of fact, the police department, which came out and said they were very peaceful. No, it wasn't that we were very peaceful. We outnumbered you. And even the backup that you called wasn't enough to overwhelm us. And even when the governor sent in 1,000 National Guardsmen, it still didn't outnumber us. So, of course, you had no choice but to be nice and say, well, they were very peaceful. Exactly, we were very peaceful because the threat that we were there to meet was not there. They even tried to flip the story, y'all, and said that we was there because of the statue. We wasn't there for no goddamn statue. We was there because a threat was made against Black folks. That henceforth the mission of the NFAC is to protect Black people. Y'all stop listening to the nonsense. That's what our mission was. So we pulled off, right? That's what happened. Now after we left, they started talking a little smack. First thing, the city council was like, well, from now on, we got to make sure that they wanted to change the rules so that couldn't happen again. They never want to change the rules when those people do that shit. But when we do it, they got to rewrite the law, change the rules. They got to review some stuff. They got to do all of that. Right? All right. So that's what happened. Now let me tell you what's happening. In case y'all haven't heard, the news is out. And since I don't want y'all to think that I'm making this up, I'm going to give it to you the same way that it was given to me. And as the leader of the NFAC, since I'm mentioned in this article and they did not get my input, they did not reach out like they say they did. I know that they didn't reach out because I know what media sources was because they were reaching out about something else. So y'all think my people don't talk to me. Y'all was reaching out on some other shit. Y'all was trying to dig around in some dirt and couldn't find none when what you should have been doing was asking me about what I'm about to talk about right now because you didn't reach out to me. Now you had to go and you had to quote me without talking to me. I don't know where all y'all people come from that want to quote me without talking to me. But here is the article. This is in the Atlanta Journal. And it says that the headline says Stone Mountain braces for another armed protest. Here we go. This is exactly how it starts off. It says hundreds of members of a Black militia turned heads on July 4th as they marched with assault rifles, shotguns, and other firearms on Stone Mountain and its famous Confederate Memorial. That's how they start the article off. They don't even talk about what's happening. They had to immediately let you know that the bros was there on the 4th and that the reason we was there, they don't tell you. They just said that we was there on the 4th. They said we turned heads. We caught them off guard. It was the wake up call for them. They ain't been right ever since. They can't stop talking about us. They can't stop criticizing us. NFAC, they can't stop. They know that you making a difference. That's why they won't. That's why they're talking about you bad. But here they start off the article. Hundreds of members of a Black militia turned heads. Yeah, apparently we didn't turn all the heads because Black media totally ignored it. So, of course, mainstream media, how did they miss it? It happened right in their backyard. But don't worry, we'll continue with all of that. It says now several far-right groups, including militias and white supremacists, are planning an answer rally on August the 15th, and a broad coalition of leftist anti-racist groups are organizing a counter-demonstration. Notice what they said, y'all. Let me break this down. This is why y'all got to understand why I said what I said in the very beginning. Listen very carefully. It says now several far-right groups, including militias and white supremacists. Far-right groups doesn't mean it's just militias and white supremacists. They put them separately. Pay attention to the word structure. So that's letting you know that you're going to have all your protester groups, all your movements, everybody with a cause, everybody with a sign, everybody with a rainbow, everybody with some chant they done made up. So everybody got a goddamn drum. All of this, all of that. Stone Mountain, y'all. If somebody's saying where, pay attention. I am not going to go back and say this over again. If you show up in here late and ask dumb questions, somebody help them out, please. That we talk about Stone Mountain, goddammit. That's what I just started off talking about. So anyway, now all of these far-right groups, and including white militias and supremacists, they They're planning, listen to this, an answer rally on August the 15th. That's in about 4 days. And they said there's a broad coalition. They got a coalition now. They've got a broad coalition of leftist, anti-racist groups. They're going to be getting together. So basically what they're going to do is you're going to have all these cats out, these white folks out here with guns and the KKK and everybody that we was looking for who wasn't there. They're going to show up on the 15th, right? And then all of the usual suspects that wanted protests against them, they're going to show up too. Now, that's y'all right. That is, they are exercising their constitutional rights. We ain't got jack shit to do with that. You understand what I'm saying? We exercise our constitutional rights to peacefully assemble and to carry firearms and went looking for the threat. Nobody was home. You can't come back a month and a half, 2 months later talking about it's an answer rally. We weren't looking for no answer. We were looking for y'all to be there to make good on the threat that you made against all black people, that you was going to start killing black people on the 4th of July. The 4th of July came and gone. Now here you want to come back on August the 15th, not July the 15th. August the 15th, talking about you want to answer. Who are you answering? I told you, we're not demonstrators. We're not protesters. That's not what we do. We are a militia. And if y'all can't look up the meaning of the militia, would somebody please go look in the dictionary? It says militia, a noun, a military force that is raised from the civil population to supplement a regular army, in an emergency, creating a militia. I'm a military force that engages an able-bodied civilian. That's what a militia is. See, y'all need to stop. This ain't no chess. This ain't no video game. We challenge you. You motherfuckers don't know what y'all talking about. And all y'all who are not involved in this really need to shut the fuck up and sit down, because of the fact that if you're not going to be out there with the guns in the middle of this shit, your opinion, just be quiet. Just be quiet, because see, what y'all doing is, this ain't no video game. This is not Xbox. What you mean an answer rally? So here's tonight. I'm going to finish giving y'all the rest of this article, and then you're going to see where they quoted us or didn't. They quoted for us. So I need to address that, and I'm going to do it right here tonight, since all y'all seem to like to share my videos. Let's see how fast this one get around. And the media knows that I've let them know tonight. If you want to know exactly where I stand, you can either watch this or you can give me a call direct. Don't quote me again without reaching out for me. But anyway, now they're saying that local authorities who have been closely monitoring online chatter about the rally are bracing for possible conflict. Look how they phrasing this story. Where the conflict coming at? The city of Stone Mountain last week issued a public warning about the planned demonstration. They asked locals to stay away. Residents, business owners, and stakeholders may want to consider refraining from travel and other activities within the city that might heighten the risk of engagement with the demonstrators or with any aspect of the demonstration, the statement said. Now listen, notice what they're saying. They didn't do this for us, NFAC. They didn't have to. What did they say? We were very peaceful. We were very organized. They worked along with us because they saw that we was about our business. We wasn't hooping and hollering. We didn't scream. We didn't shout. We didn't chant. We didn't do shit. Y'all know we didn't. We strapped up. We got organized. We made sure everybody was safe. And then we took a little walk up there so we could get to where the action was supposed to be at. There wasn't no action when we got there, so we turned around and left. That's what we did. Now, y'all talking about coming in there with all this hooping and hollering and all these meaningless chants and everybody screaming and getting turned up on 10 and shit, and y'all got guns out there? Okay, that ain't got jack shit to do with what y'all did, what y'all put out. Y'all put out a threat. Okay? Y'all put out a cold-hearted threat, and everybody was repeating it. Even the government repeated it. The article goes on to says no one knows how many people will show up for the demonstration and counter demonstrations. What are they demonstrating? I don't know. But if past demonstrations are any guide, the combined groups will be in the hundreds. It's not clear whether the heavily armed black militia, they can't just say militia. I'm reading this. I'm not making this up. It's not clear whether the heavily armed black militia will counter the other militia groups. You see how they're trying to instoke some shit to happen? Or we're going to counter the other group. What the fuck we going to counter them for? That doesn't make any sense. See, this shows you the level of thinking, how dumbed down they got the average person. Then they going to quote me. They going to go by my government name. Listen to John Fitzgerald Johnson, the group's leader, who goes by Grandmaster J, did not respond to several requests for comment. But after July 4th march, Johnson dared the far-right groups to confront his militia. I didn't dare them to confront shit. I said, y'all threatened us. We here. Where y'all at? Don't be trying to twist shit around and try to play victim of circumstances you created. Get your peoples under control. Tell your people stop issuing threats and we won't have to come out and answer the threat. But don't act like we went up there spoiling for a fight. No, motherfuckers, you threatened my people. So we stepped up as representatives of my people to answer the threat. This ain't no threat this time. This ain't no cheerleading contest. We don't give a fuck about you and your pom-poms and what y'all do. That's not what we do. Then they said they tried to reach out to me. So let me go ahead and help y'all out right now. Notice they stopped talking about them, but they want to spend some time on us. They said for years the park has been a focal point in the debate over Confederate monuments and has been a scene of angry standoffs between neo-Confederates, white supremacists, and militia members on one side, and a broad leftist coalition of anti-racist groups on the other. Notice they don't say other militias. See, they ain't never been no shit like this before. They've always had their militias, but now there's a black militia, and we done changed the game. Now they have to think about this shit. Okay, but then but Johnson's group, which goes by the Not Fucking Around Coalition, or the NFAC, threatens to elevate the stakes considerably. We ain't saying shit, but now we're threatening to elevate the stakes. Last month, Johnson led more than 1,500 heavily armed men through the streets of Louisville to protest the police shooting death of Breonna Taylor, while an armed militia of about 50 white people marched nearby. Bullshit and a lie. The event was peaceful, although the Louisville Courier-Journal reported that 3 people were injured when an NFAC member accidentally fired his weapon. In 2019, Stone Mountain had to close its gates rather than play host to white militias seeking to use the park as a backdrop for a rally. This may happen again. Now, you see what they're trying to do? They're trying to really downplay the fact that all these white power cats is about to come up there and act a pure D fool, waving flags and shit, but they want to focus on the black militia. You see what I'm trying to tell y'all? They're more concerned with what the black militia is going to do, not all these other groups that they said was going to be there, like the counter protesters can't do nothing, like the other group, the white other people, y'all act, but they're only worried about the black militia. The event attracted hundreds of counter demonstrators. They're talking about the last one they had. Now listen to this. In a statement, Confederate States, I didn't know there was a Confederate States. Confederate States 3% leader Rodney Huffman said he plans to bring patriots from across our nation together and unite them as one and represent the silent majority. We believe that if someone doesn't take a stand, our country as we know it will cease to exist. So we intend to be that someone. That's the statement that they issued. Now, when asked about if he intended to defy the denial of a permit, he said, "You have my statement." So they've been denied a permit. They won't. So see, y'all don't realize how stupid this whole situation is. But I don't really care about all of that. Here's what I'm going to say to those people watching. This is the official position of the NFAC that we will not participate. No, do we find a reason to show up in Stone Mountain on the 15th. We are not demonstrators and we're not protesters, and we don't have to prove nothing to a bunch of people who didn't show up when they issued the threat to start with. So this is our position. So anybody who tries to go out there claiming they represent the NFAC, I'm saying it here publicly, no they're not, because I have sanctioned the entire NFAC to stand down, and we have absolutely nothing to do with what's happening on Stone Mountain. We've already made history. Why would we walk back into a kill box or into a booby trap or a trick bag? We don't do dumb shit like that. I told y'all can get together and sing all the old lie saying songs you want, go on and wave your flag, have a good old time. But that's not what we do, and nobody representing the NFAC will be present in Stone Mountain. If they claim that they're NFAC, I will disavow them and let you know I gave a standing order to the entire global infrastructure that no one will approach this demonstration. These folks have a right to demonstrate like we did under the Constitution. They have a right to bear arms just like we did under the Constitution. They're not breaking no laws that apply to us. And if they want to get together and say they feel good about themselves, be my guest. That ain't got jack shit to do with us. We working on some more things. We ain't got time to work on that. We still waiting on some justice on Breonna. What y'all talking about? So I want to publicly address this and tell the Atlanta Journal the next time, Chris Joyner, the next time you decide you want to quote me, you got my number because you've been trying to find out other information about me. So why don't you reach out? Y'all gonna stop being scared to talk to the black man. What is it about talking to a black man that scares you so much? Is it because you've never had to have a conversation with a real black man your whole life, that all you've been talking to is big overgrown big boys or Oreos or jigaboos, whatever the hell you want to call them, and now all of a sudden there's a real black man that you can't sway, you can't control, you ain't got no chains on, you ain't got nothing on me, not a damn thing. You can try to make up something all you want, but at the end of the day, you keep finding out that, well, we ain't got no illegal reason to approach him, and as long as he stays within the law, he can say whatever he wants. I read the article. I wanted to make y'all aware of that. I want to put that out publicly. NFAC has nothing to do with what's going to happen in Stone Mountain on the 15th. They can answer and rally all they want. That's not why we went to Stone Mountain. Moving right along, I wanted to address something else. I've seen a meme floating around where they have a picture of Breonna Taylor and her boyfriend, Kenneth, and people are acting like, you know, he's still being charged and we need to do something about it. Come on, y'all, stop trying to stir up stuff. Y'all killing me with this clout chasing on social media. But back on May 22nd, they dropped charges against her boyfriend. That's old news. Y'all stop that. Kenneth Walker is not under any charges. They dropped all those charges back in May. And I've seen the meme floating around, so we need to shut that down. Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop that. Y'all need to stop that. I want to talk about something else real quick, and it's because I keep telling y'all, it's like you hear me, but you still sleepwalking right into the fire. Listen, y'all act like that because of all of this turmoil in our country, that they're going to change leadership or they're going to dismantle some of these systems. No, they're just going to change the regime, blame it on the last group, and then tell you that this group got it under control. Now, y'all see, I told y'all, let's see who's going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Y'all think just because Joe Biden picked Kamala Harris to be his VP, now all the black folks going to vote for Joe, huh? A lot of y'all, that's stupid. And then a lot of sisters who all caught up in the Me movement for personal reasons, they sitting there like, no, it's a sister. So you don't get the vote just because you're black. And see, that's our problem. And y'all still doing that same old slave shit. Don't y'all keep forgetting this is the same person that tried to run for the presidency and couldn't. Why? Because when they examined their record, so now you think y'all gonna let her skate in because he chose a black woman? Joe, are you serious? Y'all still under the brainwash. Can't nobody talk bad to y'all about Joe Biden because y'all still pixie dust by Barack Obama. Y'all still ain't realized what kind of trick that was on you, coming from somebody who actually said I would never do anything specifically for black people. Don't y'all forget the Achilles heel for the Harris campaign was her perceived lack of authenticity. There's no better example of the gap between public presentation and historical record than her mischaracterization of who she was and what she did from 2004 to 2015 when she was San Francisco's district attorney and then California's attorney general. In truth, Harris's record reveals that she is a centrist on criminal justice. Has she run on that record or reckoned with it, including acknowledging the harm her status quo policies inflicted? Then the outcome might have been different. Y'all need to do like the same way y'all running around trying to do research on me. Do some research on somebody you about to vote into the White House. Never mind. I'm going to leave it alone. Y'all just remember this is the same person that positioned herself as the original progressive prosecutor. She was first elected as San Francisco's top prosecutor in 2004. And then as the district attorney, she pledged to never impose the death penalty, defying the city police department and the Democratic leaders who were clamoring for the execution of some 21-year-old who killed an undercover police officer. She later wrote a book called Smart on Crime that urged officials to abandon the tough on crime policies instead of rehabilitation and punishment. But y'all don't seem to understand something. You can write a book all you want. Y'all let this person get in power. And I know it's hard for y'all to hear this, but somebody need to make y'all understand. Stop falling for this pixie dust ritual that we fall in. I'm not, well, shouldn't you telling us not to vote? No, I'm saying the same thing I've always said. Anybody who wants the black vote has to agree to an agenda that we put forth. 5 things that are crucial to the black race that we need addressed right now. If you want our vote, you got to say, yes, I am going to make this part of my platform. And if they don't give them the vote. That's all. Ugh. I don't know why this is so hard for people to get. You know why? Because it takes work. It takes work for us to come up with the list. I told y'all a couple of weeks ago that everybody should write down the top 5 things that they think are hampering the growth of the black race, and then send it in to us at NFAC. And then we'll take all of those answers and put them together, and then we'll let software, artificial intelligence, pull out the top 5. And that's what our agenda should be. In case you want to participate, I'm talking about people who really got some real smart ideas. The top 5 problems that are affecting the black race today. No, don't look to your left, don't look to your right, don't talk to your boo. What do you think are the top 5? I know somebody will say police brutality is one of them, but think globally. What are the top 5? And send those into membership. Membership at blacknfac.com. Membership, just like it says, to blacknfac.com. The top 5 problems you think confronting the black race. And when I say black, I'm talking about everybody in America, Africa, the UK. You know, we got to think of us as a collective group. Top 5, send them in. Let's see what y'all think. And whatever we come up with, that becomes the basis of the framework for our platform. And anybody at any level, whether it's at city, state, national, if you want our vote, you got to say, okay, I agree to all of this. You can't look at it and be like, well, I can do 2 out of 3. Thank you. No, thank you. You see, you got to go sit in front of these other groups when you want their political vote. If you have to go sit in front of the Jewish pact, everybody, I ran for the presidency. You got to go speak to the Jewish pact. When you go in there to talk to them, you got to say some shit that they want to hear, and they're going to hit you up with, well, this is our agenda. And you like, whoa, ooh. You understand what I'm saying? See, you don't just walk into the White House. You have to negotiate your way into the White House. And when you talk about getting into power, remember, since we're not in the majority, you're trying to get majority power so you can do a little bit for the minority. But a lot of people don't understand that. How can you sit there and say that you're okay with these people? Who the fuck said I was okay with them? But to get in the door so I can do some damage, I can't fly the plane from coach. I got to talk my way into the goddamn cockpit. You want some in the cockpit. Then we can take it for an interesting ride. You know what I mean? After you lock the door. Now, so I just want to put that in your ear real quick. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe trick. Oh, we got a woman and she's black. And a lot of y'all gonna fall right for it. And it's sad because I know it's some people looking at me right now like, well, I mean, what we supposed to do? You're supposed to think. That's what you're supposed to do. People keep saying we living in our last days. I'm like, oh, yeah, man, the Antichrist is on the loose. Really? Talk to me about this Antichrist since we living in our last days. What does that have to do with you voting for this person that incarcerated more people with the 3 Strikes Out program out in Cali? Well, the Bible prophesies that the Antichrist will appear in the end days to falsely declare himself the true Messiah. And the Antichrist will attempt to supplement himself as a ruler of men before the rightful second coming of Yeshua. Warnings of the Antichrist's arrival are found all throughout Scripture. But when people say the Antichrist, it's interesting because, so you're saying that someone who's against what? The false teachings of the Roman Church, or against the actual creator themselves and what's purpose in the ancient scripts? I'm kind of wondering what this guy's supposed to be doing when he get here. So then I started thinking about it, and I started looking at the times that we were in. And y'all know I can't leave without cruising through the scriptures real quick. But somewhere in the book of Jubilee, there's somewhere around chapter 15, it says, for there will be plague upon plague, and curse upon curse, and every judgment and plague and curse will come. And if he do this thing or hide his eyes from those who commit uncleanliness, or those who defile the sanctuary of Yahuwah, or those who profane his Kodesh name, then the whole nation together will be judged for all the uncleanliness and profanation of this one man. And there will be no respect of persons, and no consideration of persons, and no receiving at his hands of fruits and offerings and burnt offerings and fat, nor the fragrance of sweet savior, so as to accept it, and so fare every man or woman in Israel who defiles the sanctuary. The sanctuary is you. You see, when I say all of that, it goes in one ear and out the other. But what I'm saying to you is that look at the circumstances around us, and you can see that we're living in these times right now. So it's very important that whatever moves we make as a people, we think about the long-term results because we have to live with them for the next few years. And we're in the middle of a bad situation right now, y'all. So if we make a bad move, even worse, you think it's bad now. Remember, they still the same team. Red pill, blue pill, which one you want? Same team, same team, same team. Matter of fact, if you jump with me over to the book of Enoch, somewhere around chapter 38, remember what it says. And this is why we should all feel a little better about the situation. It says, when the congregation of the righteousness shall appear. The congregation, that's us, that's getting together now. That ain't everybody. If it's some people that you know that's not a part of it, don't get mad. Don't get mad. It's not for everybody. But it says that when the congregation of the righteous shall appear, that the sinners shall be judged for their sins. They shall be driven from the face of the earth. Here's where it gets crazy. People quick to look at you and say, you can't judge me. Don't judge me. Who are you to judge me? This is true. But it also says, and when the righteous one, when he shows up, when he appears before the face of the righteous, the elect ones, then their deeds, everything you've done is going to be hung before the Yahweh of hosts. And he shall reveal light to the righteous and the elect who dwell upon the earth. Where will be the dwelling of the sinners be? Watch what he says right here. It would have been better for them not to have been born, for what's about to happen to them. He said it would have been better that they never been born. How bad is it going to be that you're going to wish you had never been born? Ooh, 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 ooh. And when the secrets of the righteous one are revealed, he shall judge the sinners, and the wicked ones will be driven from the presence of the righteous and the elect. And from that time, those who possess the earth will neither be rulers nor princesses. They shall not be able to behold the face of the Kodesh ones. For the light of Yahweh of hosts has shined upon the face of the Kodesh and the righteous and the elect. And at that moment, kings and rulers shall perish. They shall be delivered into the hands of the righteous and the Kodesh ones. And from henceforth, no one shall be able to induce Yahweh of hosts to show them mercy, for their life is annihilated. Don't y'all see what I just said? He's saying y'all sitting around talking about when is it going to get started? It's going to get started when you start it. When y'all say, well, when is they going to deal with these people? They're going to get dealt with when you deal with them. Well, when is all of this going to be over? It's going to be over when you do what he said you were supposed to do. He's already given you the authority. He's already given the people over to you. They already in the position. They just wait for you to make a move. And then you sitting there wondering, well, where do I fit in and all of this? You are in the congregation of the righteous. Well, I thought I was one of the elect. Well, that means that you too. Well, I thought that I was one of the chosen. That means you too. Well, what are we supposed to do? Well, if you one of those people, you partnered up with one of the Kodesh, and the Kodesh has already empowered you to go do what you're going to do. Somebody told me last night, they said my son, 9 years old, is now starting to have dreams. My son is starting to have visions. What should I do? You shouldn't do nothing. It's already written that in the last days, he says he'll pour out his spirit and everybody will start to prophesy, have dreams and dream dreams, young men, children, everything. It says all of that. What you need to do is when that starts happening to him, you need to tune into yourself. You might be getting some messages too. Listen to what he's talking about. Because those of you all who know your father's voice, you're going to start to get messages. You feel like something's coming. You don't know what it is. You keep having the same old crazy ass dream over and over again. You standing in a field looking at the sky and there's something in the sky. Or y'all on a run with a bunch of people that you don't know and you don't know what y'all running from, but you know y'all need to get the hell out of here. And it feels real. It's like it ain't nothing weird going on. You ain't floating and flying and jumping from bubble to bubble. You really where you live and you know some of these people, but you don't know all of these people. And y'all running from something. You keep having the same dream. Something is coming. When you sitting around broad daylight and people walk past you and you get a vibe off of them that you ain't never got before and you get this chill that go down your spine, that's because your spirit is now sensitized. It is awake. That is your melanin trying to tell you that there's vibrations coming through the frequency and you feeling it because something is coming. In the same way that you can feel something is coming, these people also who are not a part of that, they can feel it coming too. That's why they acting crazy. That's why they trying to get a head start on killing you, because they're not killing your body. They want to eliminate your soul from the race so that when it all goes down, remember we all just souls. But at the end of the day, they can feel it. They know what's coming too, and it scares them. So every time they see something, think about it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's be real. If somebody told you a year ago that a year from now, we're going to be living in a different world, quarantine, limited freedom, there's a plague on the loose, and there's a goddamn black army marching all over the United States. You'd be like, what world is this? What TV show is this? This shit don't happen to you. You can't say never say never. Never say never. I salute to all of my viewers that are over the age of 70. I want to salute y'all tonight because most of y'all are the ones that have just said, see, they were right. Keep on living. You live long enough, you never know what you're going to see. I had to salute all of y'all. I got to salute all the bros behind bars who never thought they would see nothing like that. Don't let nobody take that from us. Don't let nobody, I don't care what you think or who you think or how you think. Don't let nobody take that from you. There's people out here that are finding out that they found out that, you know what, I thought my life was over. I thought I had seen it all. Guess what? I'm starting to see things that I never thought I'd see. And I'm over 70, 80, whatever. And I'm like, wow, I know my grandmother used to tell me, just keep on living. And I don't live long enough to see this. I guess they was right because I never thought I'd see no shit like this. Now, can I talk to y'all? This ain't for everybody. I told y'all this is steak and eggs over here. It's kind of hard to sit up in here because what's going to happen is your theology is going to crack because you've been under that slave master's religion. You know, y'all don't realize. Think about this. I mean, I hear this all the time, but let's unpack it. How you going to tell me I can't read, but you're going to give me the Bible? Control. A system of control, and getting you out from under that system of control is very hard to do. Now, let me pause for a second. And y'all know I do this because I don't care about you brothers that don't do this. I do it. I lift up my sisters every chance I get. So I'm about to lift the sisters up again because I'm so in tune with my sisters. I know what they like and what they don't like about us brothers, and it would help us as brothers if we would listen to the brothers that was telling you what the sisters don't like. The sisters, y'all don't want to hear from the sisters, so maybe you'll hear it from a bruh. Now listen, sisters, I know y'all gonna rock with me on this, but I need to speak to something real quick. First of all, brothers, don't no sister like no boring ass man. I'm talking about some one-dimensional dude that this is all he does. There are no other sides to him. This is all he's focused on. That's all he cares about. He don't care about what you doing or what they doing. He don't want to get into nothing. He's just concerned with this. He's a one-dimensional dude and he's boring. And you sitting there like, this dude, can we do something different? However, brothers, when you have this particular element in your personality, it's called being versatile. It's called being original. It's called having an imagination. When you have those features built into your structure, she knows that you're unpredictable. She also knows that you have many different sides depending on the situation. Either one of them she loves to rock with because her man has multiple flavors and he's strong in all of those areas. That means that she knows that she can feel secure because she knows that no matter what situation pop up, if you got that many different sides to you, you got a crazy side to you too, that if something happens or look like it's going to happen to the sister, she ain't got to worry because you got that side too. You don't walk around with it out all the time. You don't kick in the door waving the fofo talking all you heard was Papa don't hit me no more. No, you don't be that person every day of the week. You got to be versatile. And one of the things that I'm finding out, and sisters, help a brother out. When people sit there and say, well, you did this and you're over here and you did this and you did this, I don't know what's going on. That's because you're not versatile. That's because you can't multitask. That's because you're not sampling all of the flavors of life at the buffet. You standing down there with the chicken and you ain't moved. Me, I'm all the way down. Y'all remember Golden Corral? Y'all remember if you went to a slave master church, everybody had to go to Golden Corral after the church service was over. You just sat with these people in worship. Now we all up in Golden Corral and there be different churches there. So y'all be running all the time. Hey, sister, how you doing? Everybody got on they Sunday clothes. You know what I'm saying? Golden Corral. Y'all remember, don't act like we don't eat there no more, but back in the day before we knew any better, everybody would slide through the corral. And it was crazy because you can notice something about people. Golden Corral is a great place to see this. Creatures of habit. I used to watch people come in every week and they would pay for the buffet, but they would go get the same thing every time. All this food laid out, all these desserts, drinks, all kind of stuff, got there carving stuff. They get the same thing and they go sit down. like a ritual. They never sampled the different flavors of life. So, brothers, because we know that our sisters deserve nothing but the best, I would encourage you that if you sitting there and she's sitting around and she looking at you like for real, and you just on the video games again, and that's your whole world, and or you just focused on that one thing that you like to do, work on your motorcycle or go play ball or whatever the hell y'all doing, even if you were like in a bowling club or some shit like that, and she's going along with it, trust and believe there's some other stuff that she would like to do, or maybe she want to see some other sides of you. Sisters, let me flip the script. Hold on. Don't get too happy. Brothers that are like that have multiple sides, you can't fall in love with just one side and not realize there's other sides. Or you're going to end up you're going to get your feelings hurt because you're going to think that this person is one way and you're going to treat them that way, and then they're going to flip on you and show you the other side, and then you're sitting there with your eyebrows way up here talking about, I don't believe you talk to me like that. No, you didn't realize that this person is multidimensional, the same way you are multidimensional. We would all get along much better if everybody understood that we're all capable of having multiple sides to us. I can be your teacher tonight, but I can be your warrior tomorrow. Then I can be your philosopher the next day, and I can be your father figure the day after that. Then I can be your teacher again. Then I can be your warrior. You see how you got to be able to code shift and move through these transitions? That's how you go out and do multiple things in your life. But I've held y'all too long. Y'all didn't tune in to hear all this yip yap tonight. But I did want to come on and I wanted to address these particular issues. Before I go, there is one last thing that I want to point out to you. If you wonder why I brought up the whole situation about Kamala Harris, it's because when we talked about the master plan in the nation building process, I told you one of the divisions that we would have to think out is the division of political action. That's where we promote and assist our own voter registration. That's where we provide candidates. We come up with our own platform. We prepare our own bills and other measures affecting the groups of state legislatures, even for the Congress. We write our own stuff and have it taken up there. We have our own liaison to the White House. We make sure that all actions that can be taken through the political process to protect and promote the welfare of Black Americans is built into everything that we do. That's what the division of political action would do under the master plan that we talked about. So all you people that's out here want to work these campaigns and want to go door to door for these people that obviously are representing organizations that don't have your, I see you, that don't have your best interests in heart. See, that's why we have to have an organization like this. Remember, the organization, the Black organization, will have multiple arms and you get in where you fit in. The top 5 things that are stressing Black folks today, send it in to membership at blacknfac.com so we can at least start to come up with a consensus of what Black folks think are the top 5 issues. But right now, just remember that. So what you're watching happen right now, y'all go ahead with the brainwash. You back at Golden Corral. You got some other stuff out there on the buffet, but a lot of y'all gonna do the same old thing that you always do, because a lot of y'all, like I said, I understand that we've been hurt. And a lot of y'all scared of getting hurt again as a people, so y'all scared to step out there. But we have got to start somewhere. If we don't, well, we ain't got nobody to blame but us. And I myself am not going that route. Again, if you just tuned in, I'm going to say it one more time. The NFAC will not be showing up in Stone Mountain the 15th for they're having some kind of white supremacy rally out there. We don't care about that. And then there's nobody out there that's going to be representing us. I don't care what someone says. As the founder and the supreme commander, I'm making it public. We have nothing to do with that. That's their right to protest. We don't give a damn about them. We got all eyes on Bree. So we're not thinking about that. So don't let nobody come out there talking about they said the NFAC was coming. No, we ain't coming. And some other folks can go up there and act a fool, but it won't be NFAC. And on top of that, anybody who tries to claim NFAC, because I'm doing this publicly, you're going to find yourself in a world of hurt with them good old boy cops down there, especially when we call them, be like, they not with us. Click and leave it at that. That's how that's going to work. So I wanted to say it publicly because I saw the news article that came out in the Atlanta Journal, and they tried to make it look like not only did we not say nothing, but we're standing on our old challenge. Y'all stop all that fear mongering. That's not our mission. That's not what we do. And I got all that out the way. I think I feel much better. How about you? This has been Factz Over Feelingz. I myself am the Grandmaster Jay, and I'm going to keep it moving, y'all. We got a lot of work in front of us. I really do. Big shout out to Kenny Seba and the Pan-African resistance. Big shout out. still love you, bro. We still rocking and rolling. We're doing it over here like y'all doing it over there. Big shout out to the Zanga Garvey movement in the UK. Yes, those are my peoples over there. Big shout out Mike Larry down there in Jamaica. And big, super huge shout out to all of the coalition members here in the United States. I don't have to keep calling y'all. Y'all know who it is. You know who it is. And congratulations to the newest chapter in the NFAC. That is Louisville. Huge chapter. I'm impressed. That's all I got for y'all tonight. Remember, I don't think we're doing it. Are we doing it? No morning. There'll be no morning mental tomorrow. There may be a midday muse. If you didn't catch the midday muse, you got to muse with us in the middle of the day now. We're getting down to the last few days of my days here on social media. You all know I'm about to roll out. You got to stay close. I'm only going to make the announcement once because everybody won't be able to go, but that's cool. If you rock with me, you do. If you don't, y'all can have this. I'm done with this. There's too much fuckery that's going on, and I just don't want to be a part of it anymore. I'm going to keep on going with my goers, and we'll get where we're going, and I guess some of y'all just won't go with us. That's how that goes. So please stay tuned. I'll be letting y'all know we're going to do a two-piece move. You got to move with me when I move because I'm going to go one place first, and then I'm going to the new platform, and then that's where we'll be and from then on. So other than that, y'all enjoy the rest of your night. Knock them out the box, whatever you do. Keep your feet on the ground. Keep your head to the sky. The recruiting tour is coming. I will be coming to your city soon. So if you've got your peoples together and you've already let me know so we can put you on the list. But at the end of the day, we are preparing for the 1,000,2A formation, 1,000,000 black guns in one formation. Information forthcoming after we deal with all eyes on Bree. Y'all have a blessed night. I bid you shalom, and to all of the children of the Most High, all praise to the Most High. May he continue to encompass all of us and protect us in this turbulent time that we are in. Represent where you're from, stand tall for your peoples, and remember, we're not fucking around with them in 2020. Hindsight is 2020 vision. I'm going to see y'all later, and I bid you all shalom.
This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh, huh? This ain't funny, so don't you dare laugh.